guys, welcome back. Today is day 38 in the book What If God Wrote Your Bucket List by Jay Payleitner. The title of today's chapter is Ask to Play Football.
So if you guys haven't been with us for one of our What If Wednesdays, what we do is we read a chapter out of the book. It is usually just a couple pages, so don't run off. It won't be too long. And at the end he has like a main point, which he calls checking the list, and then he'll have like a little check mark of the point he was trying to make. So we're going to read that and then we'll talk about it after. Without really discussing it with me, Rita began to brainwash our son at an early age. When Alec was about 4, she started cheerfully listing all the wonderful things he would do as he grew older. Play baseball, read adventurous stories, play the piano. But then she would add, of course, you're not going to ride a motorcycle, box, or play football. As a young mom, she was trying to protect her boys. As for me, encouraging my sons not to pursue motorcycle riding or boxing made a certain amount of sense. The admonition against football was a gray area, and I didn't give it much thought. I had played football my freshman year of high school, and my performance was less than stellar. The coach put me in 3 games for a total of 8 or 9 plays. Alec, who loved his mom, went right along with her sincere and frequent admonitions. The shame, of course, is that Alec may have been our most athletic child. He hit 6 feet his junior year and had excellent speed and the confidence and courage of a champion. But sticking to the promises to his mom, Alec never played organized football. Our second oldest son watched this scenario with interest. Randy didn't get quite as brainwashed as Alec and somehow got the itch to play football. By 6th grade, Randy had played enough backyard and street football that it seemed like a natural fit. That's when he did an amazing thing. With humility and respect, he approached Rita and said, I know you said we couldn't play football, so I'm giving you a year to think about it. When I get into middle school, I'd like to give it a try. We had 4 boys by that time. They all wrestled competitively and had experienced plenty of non-fatal bruises and bashes on local soccer fields. And by this time, Rita had overcome most of her new mom jitters, so she granted Randy's request. At the time, I don't remember Alec complaining about fairness. By then, he was finding personal fulfillment in other activities, including music, baseball, and youth group. Randy made his mark in football in middle school, stuck with it, and earned a spot as starting wide receiver his senior year in high school. A few years later, Max and Isaac also earned varsity letters. Max was team captain and MVP. So you see, for his own sake and his little brother's, I'm glad Randy took the initiative. Football and other athletic endeavors have led to many rewarding milestones for our family. Participation in sports served us quite well. Of course, this chapter is not about football. In a generation or 2, football as we know it in America will be vastly changed or non-existent. The NFL youth sports and traumatic head injuries are coming to an unavoidable crossroads. How that controversy unfolds is a debate for another venue.
In any case, despite the title of this chapter, no bucket list needs to include football. But every bucket list needs to include the skill demonstrated by 11-year-old Randy. This is the ability to acknowledge authority figures with respect and submissiveness, present a thoughtful request for their consideration. In the case of bringing our requests to God, that's just another reason to stay in constant communication with Him. He wants us to ask thoughtfully, humbly, and persistently. God promises if we put Him first, He will make all our dreams come true. Psalms 37:4 says, Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desire of your heart. If that's not working out for you, please check and recheck your motives. James 4:3 says, When you ask, you do not receive, because you ask with wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures. Once again, we can be sure God knows exactly what we need and is always watching out for our best interests. Scripture includes hundreds of verses on the topic of prayer, but the definitive teaching on how to bring a request to God might be found in the Gospel of Luke shortly following Jesus' presentation of the Lord's Prayer. So I say to you, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the ones who knocks the door will be opened. Which of you fathers, if your son asks for a fish, will give him a snake instead? Or if he asks for an egg, will give him a scorpion? And that's Luke 11:9-12. Whether he knew it or not, young Randy's request to his mother had all the characteristics of a solid prayer request. So let's call this chapter a twofer. Your bucket list needs to include 1, the conviction to bring your deepest desires to God, and 2, the humility to approach mom or any other authority figure and ask for something that's important to you.
Okay, and then on the bottom he has checking the list, and it says, if you really want something, submit yourself to the appropriate authority with respect and a humble heart. Your parents, your boss, your teacher, God. Go and ask. Sure, you may not have all the information. Larger issues may overrule your petition. But if your intentions are honorable and your request is sincere, the answer should usually be yes. And then a little check mark that says ask and receive. So you don't have to ask to play football, but if something is weighing on your heart or you have a desire, as long as you are following after God and asking Him to lead you into the path that He has for you, and that lines up with the desires of your hearts, then more than likely He will give you the desires of your hearts. And you should confidently ask Him for your wants and your needs, as long as you're doing it in the right way and they're reasonable.
So that is it for this week's chapter. Come back next week for number 39, and it is Go Beyond Golden.
Like old golden? Like the golden ages?
I don't know.
So if you're interested in that, then you can catch our video next week. We also do videos on Monday and Friday. Monday's videos are Bible studies, and Friday videos are just something fun that looked like fun to us and we wanted to try out, usually makeup or fashion or something of that sort. So if you're interested in any content like that, you can like and subscribe.
And if you guys want to be notified whenever we upload, be sure to hit the little bell after you subscribe.
We hope you guys have a good day, and we hope to see you guys in the next one.
Bye.